everyone, and welcome to the 5,000 subscribers special Q&A / call-in celebration. And holy cats, Keeverdam! Thank you so much. Congratulations on your achievement, Scribe. Thank you, Keeverdam. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you so much. Well, I mean, an achievement made possible only by you guys. And I'll probably, expand on that as things go. But thank you so much, Keeverdam. That's very generous. And thank you so much for all of your support and help in promoting, me and the other Lords of the Night and people's Teesprings and Patreons and Twitch channels and just all over the place. You and Stargazer and MASH and everybody, thank you so much. Unsung heroes of all of our shows. So hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a good Sunday. I hope for those of you in the States or otherwise had I guess, a reflective yesterday for the significance of the date. I won't dwell on that too much, but I hope you and yours are all well. But tonight is for chilling out, relaxing, reading some questions, having a little bit of fun before the new week starts. There were a lot of things I was thinking about doing tonight that I was like, that probably fits better with the 5-year anniversary stream I will inevitably do next month when October 11th rolls around, and that is the 5th anniversary of my channel going live. So a couple of things I was thinking about, I'm going to save for that. But tonight, at least, I'm going to go over questions and comments you guys have posted to the comment thread, I guess, on the comment video. And also shortly, I'll be posting the link to the stream itself if you'd like to call in and say hello for a few minutes. But I'm going to get some of these questions and comments out of the way first. I was going to say something else. Well, I mean, again, I'll repeat things similar to this as the show goes on. I never imagined when I started this out 5 years ago, nearly 5 years ago, that I would get anything more than, I don't know, 10 or 20 viewers. I'd be surprised if I got 100, that kind of thing. This is back when I was sort of doing it on a lark. I was sort of mimicking, and to some extent, I suppose I still do, some of the content creators I watched at the time, like Hagbard Celine and Sargon and Skeptor and people like that, Undoomed and so on. And it's just been an amazing thing. When I hit 100 subscribers, when I hit 500, yeah, I don't know what to say. The moment at which I think the thing where the moment where I thought something is a bit beyond my comprehension here is when I had more people subscribe to my channel and consequently more people collectively watching my videos than I had in my graduating class at high school. That was, I don't know why that was the metric in my head. I don't know why. It's just a very bizarre one to have. But I guess at that point in my life, I mean, aside from like college, which, relationships with people are far more disparate and there's a lot of people there. High school was the last time I had sort of I didn't know everybody in high school. It was the last time I had sort of like a continuous population of people I recognized throughout the years, because, for the most part, the people that were in the early part of my high school were there at the end and even in my junior high and so on. And so that was sort of like the last point in my life where I knew the most people at one time, even sort of acquaintance wise. And that, for whatever reason, that kind of stuck in my head as I've now made contact, or more people have, sort of crossed my lifespan, I suppose, than at any other point in my adult life. And I'm still amazed by that. And now 5,000, subscribers. And I understand, subscriber numbers does not necessarily reflect people who actually watch your videos. I'm sure there are a whole bunch of accounts subscribed to my channel that haven't looked at me in years, but all the same, for at least a second, for at least a minute, 5,000 people thought it was worth their time to at least pay attention to me for a second, which, gratifying in and of itself. Let me say hello to some of you who have decided to join me tonight One Ton Hammer, always lost on nothing else. Sean Uli, Kieverdam, of course. Mike R, Some Namyon Nation, Swirl Blue, Cynic, Jamie Milquist. Who else? It's a Llama, Cannibalistic Wizard, The Memes of Destruction, Rotten Corpse, Jam, Emperor, W.R. Costin, Gulf City Johnny Blaze, Stargazer Nuts, The Useless Rebel, Simon Willikins. Who else? Check Your Logic. The Malevolent Writer. Spud Gun. This is Kyle. Let's see. Who else in the chat jumped? Mystery. Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the questions and comments from the video first. And I'm going in order of posting. So first come, first serve, as it were. And first off, from the Original Shroom, congrats. Thank you, Original Shroom, for the congrats. Thomas Wright, glad I could give you 50 milliseconds to subscribe. Well, like I say, that amount of time for any individual person to even bother paying attention to me is flattering in and of itself. So thank you, Thomas Wright. Jam, congratulations, Scribe. Thank you, Jam. Stargazer Nuts, congratulations. Thank you, Nuts. Mike R, congratulations, Scribe. Thank you, Mike. Becca Fairley Becca, congrats. Thank you, Becca. Simon Willikins, have I not commented enough to have name recognition? I recognize your name, Simon. So you have indeed commented enough to have name recognition. Yes. One Ton Hammer, all I did was show them your content. They chose to follow because you're that awesome. Oh, and he's referring to the fact that One Ton Hammer and his close friends were the ones that pushed me over the line from 4,997 subscribers to 5,000. So thank you so much to Hammer. Appreciate it. Kieverdam, yay! Scribbles, yay! Kieverdam. Dina B, congratulations, Scribe. Thank you, Dina B. Let's see. Z Attribution. I wish I could pronounce that correctly. I know you probably explained this before, but what's the artist of your PFP? I love the ambiance it conveys. It always reminds me of standing above the bizarre mists of this murky, weird era we're all stuck in. Okay, so my avatar. There is a painting by Caspar David Friedrich from, I always screw this up. It's like 1818 or 1718 or something. Anyway, it's a very old painting, very famous painting. It ends up on book covers all the time, most notably probably copies of Frankenstein. It's called Wanderer Above the Sea Fog. And I always liked it. And thankfully, it's also completely public domain, actually public domain. So when I started my channel, I thought I'd use it as my avatar since I didn't have a better idea. Although for a time, here's a piece of trivia that I don't think I've mentioned before. For a time when I was considering what to call myself on YouTube and what avatar to use, the trend back then when I saw other creators was to use obviously a photograph or representation of some historical figure. You know, Sargon had that picture of the metal mask and everything, and some other people were using things like that. So for a brief time, I considered calling myself something to the effect of Philo or Farnsworth or a combination thereof, and have a picture of Philo T. Farnsworth, the guy who effectively invented television on there. I don't know why I didn't decide to go with that. I thought it just sounded stupid. Besides, I think Farnsworth, isn't that a reference to, you know, a Futurama or something? Anyway, so I went with this. And then I used the avatar of just the painting for a long time. And then at one point or another years ago, I said something to the effect, and I won't deny it was one of those, won't someone rid me of this meddlesome priest kind of thing. I just said on a stream or two, I said, I'd really like to find someone to do a piece of fan art that shows that character in profile, like something unique that shows that character in profile rather than the actual painting, so that it's, you know, more sort of unique, I guess. I can't think of another better word for it. And then out of the blue, and I have credited him in every video I've made since then, Knight of Charlemagne, one of my viewers, produced this amazing takeoff of the original painting by just turning the character to the side and giving me that sort of profile picture that I always wanted. But not just that, but it is so on point in matching the, I mean, like, just the colors and the texture of the original painting, that people have, and I don't blame them, mistaken it for the original, when it is in fact just, well, not just, but I mean, it is an amazing piece of fan art. So yeah, that's where that came from. Now, the animation of the clouds and the mists going by, Polydub did that actually. He animated that for me at one point, and I also credit him in all the videos as well. I'm very eternally grateful. I don't know how much more to thank both of them, but I mean, especially Knight of Charlemagne for that amazing signature piece of art. It's great. I love it. I think most people love it too. So hope that answers the question. Spud Gun, yay, Scribe, well done. I'm really pleased you hit the magical 5K. I'm pleased too. Is it magical? I don't know. I haven't seen anything amazing happen yet, except for being proud. Subpar Genitalia 5K, congratulations. I heard the cynicism of the almost 5 years. Most don't reach 5,000 ever. You've made an impact, and I'd wager quite a large one in a lot of lives, including myself. For roughly 3 years, I've listened and enjoyed. I've often been provoked into thinking deeper, examine more critically by something you say, even as a throwaway sentence. Through it all, I've wondered one big thing. How can I repay a man who's helped me improve my thinking, thus improving myself overall? That brings to mind my thoughts on revenge. Let me explain. So, at multiple points in my life, I have been, and this isn't me painting myself as a victim, but it's just a matter of fact. I have been the recipient of unfair treatment by people I trusted. Let's put it that way. And there's always that sort of notion in me that, revenge fantasies, like, oh, they deserve some comeuppance or something. But, credit it to my conscience or just my desire to be a better person than some of the people that I've encountered in life. I've always thought of it in this wise. Two things, one or both of two things are going to happen to someone who I come across who's done me wrong. Either they will continue with their bad behavior towards others and subsequently reap the rewards of such behavior as time goes on. Or they will at some point realize the error of their ways, and whether or not they ever contact, in my case, me directly again or whatever, reform themselves into becoming a better person. And that's all a long way of saying, repay me, just do what you say you're doing. Think critically. Don't think the way I do. Don't agree with me. Just listen to what's being said and think for yourself. If I make any accomplishment in doing this, and if you feel the impulse to repay me in some way in the abstract, just carry that forward and encourage that amongst others. Again, don't encourage them to think your way, right? Don't teach people what to think. Encourage people to think more critically, how to think better about the world for themselves. That's it. I mean, if I want to inspire anything, either in myself or anybody listening, it is that. And so you're doing exactly all the repayment that if I could ask for any, that's about it. And I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. Peter, Silak Hades 313. Yay! Well, yay! Angela Arriaga, you picked a time when I'm working. Of course. Of course! I can't please all the people all the time. Unless there's a limited number of them strapped to my bed, then perhaps so. Let's see. I look forward to catching the replay. New Faith says, same here. I said, I'm sorry. And Angela says, no sad face. I'll have it to listen to as a rebound from the insanity at work. Sundays have officially become the worst day of the week. And one of these days, I'll either make it on one of your call-ins or finally get you to do that Cloak and Dagger commentary. I did a review of Cloak and Dagger. Wait, are you talking about Cloak and Dagger, the Marvel series? You're talking about the Dabney Coleman movie? Because if it's the Dabney Coleman movie, oh boy, I had that on my list to do with Monkey at one point. Movies you should have watched. I have a copy of Cloak and Dagger. One of my favorite films from the 80s. It actually introduced me to the concept of tabletop RPGs. And it also had one of the most like creepy, scary scenes in it with the elderly couple. But if that's what you mean, then okay. If you're talking about the Marvel TV show about Cloak and Dagger, I did a review of the first season. I will not watch that show again, nor will I bother with watching the second season. So I'm not quite sure what you mean, but I think I covered both. Let's see. Metal Murderer, question for you, Scribe. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? What's the response to that? African or something? I don't remember. It's been a long time since I watched Holy Grail. So in order for a swallow to maintain airspeed velocity, it must beat its wings 43 times a second, unless it's an African swallow. Yeah, but African swallows are non-migratory. You're a bunch of nerds, you know that? All y'all. Emperor W.R. Costin, is Scribelight at least 1% as awesome as his sister, who is awesome? She's certainly the more dynamic of the two of us. I envy her for so many things. But I'm more awesome. That's just true. Satsu 2 cents. Congrats, homie. I knew you could do it. Yay! And also, congrats to Satsu. He's been getting super duper high grades and compliments from his instructors in the whole cooking deal. He shared a little bit with me privately. I won't repeat unless he wants it out, but he's doing good. And so congratulations to him. Looking forward to see what comes of all that. Texas Attorney General Secret Agent, 5K. Is that better than 4K UHD? Yes, it is. Degeneration Nation. Congrats, my friend. Thank you, Degeneration Nation. And if you guys don't know about Degeneration Nation, amongst several other things, what I know him most for is his videos on sovereign citizens and their shenanigans, to put it lightly, amongst other things. So if you haven't checked out Degeneration Nation's channel, and you should, and you're at all curious about sovereign citizen stuff or just crazy people in the world, go check out Degeneration Nation. Okay, I'm going to post the link to the show, and I'll start taking on people who would like to call in. Now, just the prerequisites. First, obviously, you have to have a microphone, headphones, and if at all possible, a relatively quiet place to talk, because too much sound and reverb and stuff could make it difficult. Although, technical difficulties can become an entertainment in and of themselves, as we've learned in the past. And also, whatever name you use when you log in, be sure it's one I'm going to recognize. Otherwise, I probably won't let you on, because I'm wary of strangers coming on and doing or saying something that might get me in trouble. That's all. And by saying that, I probably jinxed myself, and something like that will happen. But as much as I can police, I will. So let me put this in the chat. Show link. I should say call-in link. Let me make it more clear for anybody else coming in late. No, I don't need a question mark. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Okay. And then pin that. And there we go. That should be there. Thank you, Chicago Mike. Congrats, Scribe. Don't forget to turn down your radio when you call in. Oh, yeah. Weren't those the days? Man, how many times? I remember calling into a couple radio shows and forgetting to do that in the beginning, and then I had to be reminded, but then I never did it again. I always got irritated when other people did. But yeah. But that is also true. If you have the show playing on external speakers, please be sure to either turn those off or whatever, and that's why you need to have headphones. Having headphones, it's not like a speakerphone, doesn't quite work that well. Let's see, a couple more comments here. New Fate 26, congrats on the well-deserved accomplishment. Thank you, New Fate. Sadly, I'll be working all day Sunday, so I'll have to catch it on a replay. For our regular argument, I'll ask you this: why is it that the Soviet Navy in the Hunt for Red October thought that the Caterpillar drive was ready when it could be easily defeated by a classical music snob with a tape recorder on its debut launch? Okay, if we're talking about the movie, because truth be told, it's been so long since I read the book that there may be details within the book version that I'm just obviously forgetting. But insofar as the movie is concerned, I chalk it up to Soviet hubris, the belief in their own superiority, and also a impatience on the Soviet Navy to one-up and defeat have an internal win against the Americans. So that is my notion on that. And I think that's expressed fairly well in the movie. Because Jonesy discovering the magma displacement thing was such an obscure tell that even if the Russians had noticed that that might be a weakness, they had to have dismissed it as so far outside the possibility of being detected that they call it, cost of doing business. So that's my thing. But also, let's also remember the way and to the extent that the sub was used, the Red October was used in the movie, was not part of the plan, right? The Red October was only supposed to be doing war games against other Russian subs. So they didn't expect to have to test it out against a full sweep fleet of the American Navy. So hubris and what Ramius did was obviously not part of the plan. So those are the two elements there that I think explains that. For a channel-related question, what is the video you are most proud of, and what is the one you're least proud of? Oh. I think the one I'm most proud of to this day is there's a playlist on my channel called Down the Rabbit Hole. It has absolutely nothing to do with the series by the other YouTuber. I think I made it up before those started coming out. Either way, it deals with a guy named John Eckloff. Some of you veterans may already know this, but I was just watching a news clip from somewhere, and during the course of this news clip where they were talking about like a social justice presentation at like a high school or something, they featured a clip of this guy speaking. And he was a very charismatic speaker, but they never told us who he was. They just showed this little clip of him speaking, and then they moved on with the segment. And I was like, who is this guy? That sounds so practiced, and it sounds like something I should have heard before. Maybe he's quoting. I didn't know. And so I did this whole investigative thing trying to figure out who this guy was. And thankfully, I tracked my progress as I went in the steps I took to find out who this guy was because I was so curious. And anyway, you can watch the whole thing on the Down the Rabbit Hole playlist, but that was my first real like investigative piece. And the things that led to ultimately, the different tangents that took me on, and ultimately leading me to do my very first TEDx type deal. I still mark that as sort of a watershed video for myself, both in the depth of investigation I did, how my curiosity piqued about this guy, and then all the things that it led to going forward. So if you're curious about that, go check out the Down the Rabbit Hole playlist on my channel. And then I think the follow-up playlist is the Boom Experience or the Temple of Boom or something, but I think that's all on there. So there's that. Let's see. Oh boy, I got a whole bunch of people on here. Let's start off with, this is Kyle.
Hey, I didn't think I would be on so quickly.
Well, I clicked off the tab for a while, and you're the first one in the row. So
cool.
How are you, Kyle?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I was editing and then abruptly got brought into a stream, so I'm a little startled.
Well, I can kick you out if you'd like.
No, that would be bad.
Oh, okay. Well, you tell me. You're the guest. What's going on?
Not much. You hear about they're making a remake for Knights of the Old Republic?
Yes, I saw the non-gameplay teaser video thing. I'm a little wary because new LucasArts and not BioWare are doing it makes me a little. Well, admittedly, BioWare in its current state is probably better that it's not. But I'm curious, cautiously optimistic, but curious about what revisions they will make to fit in with new canon. Even though the original didn't really have a whole lot of direct connections to expanded universe stuff, there were several allusions and even some direct mentions of things that I'm wondering how it's going to affect. I'm wondering if they're going to get the whole voice cast back, obviously, save for notably Ed Asner, who just passed away. If they'll just recycle Varuk Lamar's lines, which I hope they do.
Yeah.
But also, I've read some things about some of the people in charge of production of the game that are concerning on ideological bases. So I guess we'll see. I still enjoy playing the original. It's obviously clunky and doesn't look great anymore or anything as compared to new games, but
Just a little bit above Metal Gear.
Yeah, but the thing is that I've said this since I was a kid. When I remember when I was very, very young, long ago, when like the super duper consoles started coming out, 16-bit. And
Oh boy,
yeah, oh boy, and they'd have all these.
man!
Like,
I started out on the Sega, so I know what that stuff was like.
oh man, yeah. Well, I started out with the original NES, and then I moved up to blast processing on the Sega Genesis. But even back then in grade school and in junior high and everything, as I saw new games coming out that had, all these great effects and all these, layers and 3D and this, that, and the other. And I just I played a couple of them and I thought, Legend of Zelda is a better game than any of these things. And it has relatively, comparatively basic graphics. It's really, at the end of the day, not so much about the graphics as it is about the gameplay and the mechanics and everything else. So, and like with people looking at the remake they're doing of Dead Space, a lot of people are asking, like, okay, aside from a somewhat
graphical upgrade,
graphical
are you going to add anything to the core of the game?
Right. Yeah. Like, okay, here comes the next version of Skyrim. Like, oh boy, and
and we dumbed it down even more. Yay!
Yeah. Now, a KOTOR remake to me, a good one would be both games in one package as one continuous story.
Yes.
That would be what I would like. I would like them to say, okay, we're going to refurbish both games and put them as a KOTOR duology or something.
I would like a actual remake in my mind where they upgrade the combat system to either having what they had or more upgraded, like real-time combat system. Rather than, click button and watch the screen for about the next 3 minutes.
There's a lot of things they could do to streamline the combat system. I think it still needs to be pause and strategize. I think that was a core part of sort of really making the team you pick matter. Is that, in the moment, who are you going to have attack what and in what way and that kind of thing. I think also made the characters more, I don't know how to say, tactily valuable. Like as you're playing them, like you got more into caring about them being on your team versus somebody else. And obviously, some characters had weaknesses that, like, I never used HK-47.
You avoided them like the plague.
Yeah, I never used HK-47 because no matter how many times they upgrade him, and also the only way to get him fully upgraded was to unlock all of his history things, and you had to do so many crazy.
You had to have really high repair to do that.
Right. And
I had to do that on a recent playthrough.
Yeah, and repair had, and that was the thing, is that you couldn't repair him with another character with high repair. It had to be you. So you had to dump your skill points into repairing him when repair had practically no value in the rest of the game. Right. It was like the only reason to have repair would be to fix up HK-47. And even by the time you get him all fully upgraded, it's not going to be until the late game where it doesn't really matter and everybody else is already a tank and a monster. So except for discovering story elements, which, if you're doing a story playthrough, I guess it makes some kind of sense. But yeah, no, I always had like, T3 was always my hacking utility droid thing. I never bothered with combat or anything else, just, upped all those things and just used him as my hacking tool. And
your multi-tool.
There's a lot of things you could do that made other characters completely useless on a combat level. So I don't know how they're going to fix those things. I'd be curious to find out. That's really the only curiosity I have is, like, of course the graphics are going to be upgraded all to hell, and that's going to be fine. If they upgrade KOTOR with like Fallen Order level graphics, well, I mean, some of those things will be kind of weird. Have you seen the Unreal Studio guy that's putting together a KOTOR animated series?
No, I did not.
Oh, what happened?
Sorry, I have an alarm going off.
Oh, so I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but it's like Unreal Cinema or something. And there's this guy, and he's hired a team of voice actors and everything. He's using Unreal 5 to recreate entire, settings and character models and everything from KOTOR, but in modern graphics. And
Yep, I just pulled it up. I see it. Yeah,
and
Unreal Cinema.
Yeah, Unreal Cinema. I mean, the first episode's supposed to come out like next month or later this year or something. And if you just look at these sort of test videos and things and some of his character modeling stuff, and you listen to the voice actors introduce themselves, this is going to be a slick production, and it's going to be just a animated series telling the KOTOR story to a certain extent. It's not a recreation of the game or anything, and it looks
pretty much
amazing.
They adapted it into a TV series.
Yeah, more or less. Now, my question is going to be: is this going to look better than the game they eventually produce when the remake comes out? Anyway, so there's that. I got lots of people piling up. Do you have anything you want to plug or promote or anything or shill while you're here?
Yes, actually. Recently, I got sick with the COVID, so I was away from my channels for about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And today I decided I'm good enough to stream since I went to work. So I'm going to be streaming some Halo in about 30 minutes from now.
Okay. Well,
over on what's my YouTube? This is Kyle. My Twitch is X. This is Kyle X.
Okay. Well, you have a wrench, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Post your links in the chat for people because I don't have them handy. And first off, I'm glad you're feeling better, and now you're immune.
Yay!
Yay! Natural immunity! Woohoo! I'm glad you're feeling better, and best of luck playing Halo and everything. And guys, go check out Kyle, even if you have to wave off from here, because it'll be here for you when you come back. And Kyle, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for all your support and boosting the channel over the years and everything. I really, really do appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thank you for all the entertainment over the years.
I'll do my best to continue. Thank you so much.
Yep. Have a good one, man.
You too. Bye-bye. All righty. And up next, Ebony Williams.
Hey, Scribe, how are you?
Doing all right. How about you, Ebony?
Just chilling. And I was just looking at my notification like, oh crap, Scribe's on right now.
That's me. Yeah, that's what most people say when I come on. Like, oh crap, that guy's on again. Jeez.
Well, blame the algorithm, not me.
So what's going on in your world?
Everything's fine. Just chilling before I have to go back to work Monday night. It just became a routine. I actually just finished my Portuguese lesson on Duolingo.
Ooh, so say something to me in Portuguese.
Now falo português bons.
Sorry, say that again?
Now falo português bons, which is like kind of, I don't speak Portuguese well.
Oh, okay. Well, see, now if I don't know if he's here, but if Adonis Bartolote was in the chat, I'd have him come on and critique your Portuguese speaking, because he can speak it natively, as far as I recall. Yeah, but let's see. So Adonis Bartolote, if you happen to be here, maybe not. Let me know.
Yeah.
But aside from work and learning how to speak in a language that most of us don't know, or at least I don't know, what else have you been up to?
Nothing much, just work mainly. And I've been thinking about that lately. I'm like, it would be nice to have a social life again.
What's that?
But adult life and stuff. It's
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and also super congratulations on the 5,000 subscribers.
Oh, you cut out there a little bit, but thank you. Yes, 5,000. Oh,
I'm sorry, my headphones came undone, but yeah, congratulations.
Yep, thank you so
much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Just spiked a little bit is all. Yeah, 5,000 people clicked a button at some point just to listen to me for a little bit, and thank you. I mean, you're one of the channel den mothers that is always there and always present, and I really appreciate your support. Oh, you don't like den mother?
No, that's not it. But yeah, I really enjoyed your TED Talk with Chaos Steve later last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it finally got reinstated, thankfully, after being blocked in every region for I don't know why. It can't be monetized, but then I almost never monetize my stuff, so it doesn't really matter. But Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I'm going to have, by the way, programming note, special edition of TED Excellence tomorrow night, Monday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, with Drunken Uncle. And the reason for the special day and time is to accommodate for Drunkle's schedule and the time zone. So after the AAA stream over on this channel, Drunken Uncle and I will be taking a look at a TEDx, which I picked out. Well, I gave him an option. I gave him 2 options. Like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And he's like, either one's fine. Like, okay, so I flipped the coin, picked the one. So that'll be tomorrow. It's already posted somewhere if you haven't already seen it. But yeah, so look out for that tomorrow. I'll post that real quick. Thank you, Lady Gopher, for the happy, smiley dog cat fox. Oh, dog cat fox.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
Thank you, Lady Gopher. Appreciate that.
So, how long before you start making Dog Cat Fox merch?
Well, that's the thing. I can't use the image of Dog Cat Fox as you see him on stuff because that's not mine to use.
Right, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
so I have to. My artistic abilities aren't limited, so I might have to touch base with someone to cook up something if I were going to do that. But yeah, so that's the only holdout there for that reason, is that I'm wary of trying to use anything that. So it has to look like Dog Cat Fox, but it can't be that Dog Cat Fox. So that's the barrier there. But I'm thinking about it. But there's a whole bunch of stuff since Lords of the Night ended that I've been rolling around in my brain lately, and that's one of them. But it's kind of on the back burner compared to other things. But I'll get on it anyway.
Right. Yep, you'll definitely get on that. Try and see if you can get Grisella, or get a hold of Grisella.
Well, there's Grisella. I keep thinking I should, see if Knight of Charlemagne has another artistic impulse in him, because if you could figure out a way to do like a portrait of Dog Cat Fox. I got to touch base.
Right.
I don't want to bother the guy, because I've always felt like hesitant to ask him about anything like that, because he was so generous in making this one thing. It's like, so I got to figure out how to approach him on that where I don't feel guilty or something. So I got to talk to him about that.
Right. Oh, kind of going back to the learning foreign language question. Have you ever thought about learning foreign languages? Was it required when you were going to school?
I took 3 years technically of German in high school. But I've retained very little. I know phrases. I know several phrases in different languages. Like I had a friend who was a native Russian speaker, and she taught me "Хочешь яблочный пирожок, гражданин," which is, again, roughly translated, because I don't know if I did it right there. Would you like an apple cake, friend? And then there was one I learned in Sicilian. Oh God, let me try to see here. So I was playing a mobster, a Sicilian mobster in a thing one time, and I wanted to learn at least 1 or 2 phrases in Sicilian just for the sake of stagecraft. And it was Ulubu Begu Bedu Monoevizio. I'm probably butchering that, but the translation should be something to the effect of the wolf may lose its hair but not its habit, which is old habits die hard, that kind of stuff, that kind of deal. And so I know very little pieces of several languages, but I can't speak anything fluently anymore now.
Right, yeah. Like, I started out with Spanish. I originally wanted to learn French, but my mom was like, "Oh, just learn Spanish," because we live in Florida. A lot of people, there are a lot of Spanish speakers here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it took it 7 years, not as fluent as I should be anymore. But yeah, I've gone back to learning that. I want to learn Portuguese. So like, hey, does anyone know a good way to learn Portuguese? And someone said Duolingo. This is not a sponsorship for Duolingo.
No,
just something that's suggested.
Yeah, no,
someone suggested it.
Just because we talk about Gas Buddy does not mean we endorse Gas Buddy.
And also, I'm teaching myself Japanese. Not well, but just learning.
That's
because a lot of anime.
Yeah, that's a lot to undertake. Portuguese and Japanese, and they're, as far as I can tell, they're very different from each other. Well, if Adonis Bartolote is ever around, maybe he can tutor you in Portuguese.
Right. Yeah, because I picked Portuguese because 7 years of Spanish. It's a bit similar.
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah.
true. Yeah, it has some similar roots to it and stuff and everything. Hate to be a ungrateful host, but I got people stacking up. Do you have anything you'd like to shill or promote or whatever?
Subscribe again.
Oh, it's again, yeah.
Share stuff.
That's right. Just all your bot accounts, all your egg accounts, just keep subscribing.
Recommend it to your friends and family.
I'm kidding. I'm not actually saying that. If anybody's saying like, "Oh, you're promoting," no. Just one click's enough. I appreciate it. Well, hey, Ebony, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for all your support and viewership over the years. I hope I can keep you interested and entertained as time goes on.
Awesome. I will still be around to see what you do. Congrats again, Scribe.
Thank you, Ebony. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's do a couple more comments here, and then I'll pop somebody in. Let's see. Struggling Paradox. Rock on, Scribbles. Thank you, Paradox. Matt Orchard, Crime and Society. Congrats, Scribe. Thank you, Matt. I was just kibitzing a bit with Matt yesterday about something I'm working on, which I may or may not get into more detail on at some other time. Swirl Blue, congratulations. How did you find or stumble across TEDx Talks series that we are tortured with every week? So I knew about TED Talks, obviously, because they've been around for a long time. The whole TEDx thing was inspired by two different content creators from prior to my YouTubedom, and that is Skeptor, and then to a somewhat lesser extent, but still significant, Sargon of Akkad. Both of them had critiqued some TEDx's or TED Talks in the past. And I always found those really interesting because, as I've said, even though it's one platform, it is a font of a zillion different speakers and ideas. Skeptor had a series on his channel, a brief one, I don't think he did it very long, called the TEDx Horror Show, and highlighting some very now very familiar material from TEDx, but at the time for me, it was like, these people actually exist? What? Are these thoughts and ideologies are real? Like, so when I started doing my channel, I waited for a while before trying to do a TEDx because I really wasn't sure. I was kind of nervous about it and everything. And then when it occurred that, like I said before, that subject that I looked at, John Eckloff, I found out that he had done a TEDx. I gave it a shot. And even though the sound quality of that pair of videos, it had to be a pair of videos because back then you could only have a limit of 15 minutes of a video uploaded at any one time without a verified account. I don't know if that's still the case, but that was at the time. I had to split it into two parts. I still think that's probably one of my better analyzed TEDx's. I put a lot of work into that, so I like that one. Let's see. Texas Attorney General, Secret Agent, correct Scribe. I have a few questions for you. One, why is Dr. Pepper the king of all soda drinks? It's not a king, it's a doctor. Two, have you ever made a Dr. Pepper and Basil Hayden's? No. Three, what does your avatar come from? Do you rock that hairstyle in real life? Well, I explained the origin of the avatar earlier. As for the hairstyle, I look nothing like the character. I don't know what else to say. My hair is not strawberry blonde. I do not have a amazing mustache as that character does. I have short, dark brown, now with a few bits of silver running through it at this point, and I have, at least currently, have like a goatee thing going on, a kind of deal, and so a small beard, let's say, but it's not very long, which is also peppered, salt and peppered. Not chasing. No, that's not chasing waterfalls. That's not salt and pepper, is it? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. Four, what has kept you motivated over your YouTube career? What has kept me motivated? I guess I talked a little bit about this with Kurt Metzger, actually, when we were talking about his being a comedian and everything. And I asked him some questions about being a comedian. And I'm paraphrasing, but he said something that really resonated with me, which I pretty much agreed with. It's sort of like I was looking for confirmation that I wasn't the only one in the world. And he said something to the effect of, it's just, it's what you have to do. It's sort of a compulsion. You just like have the need to do it. And over the last 5 years, I've just, I guess, grown a compulsion in me to do this kind of stuff, or listen to things, or critique, or exercise my brain a little bit. I guess that's the shortest answer I can give. I hope we get many more videos from you. You certainly will. I don't know how you showed up in my feed, but I'm sure glad it did. Well, thank you, Texas Attorney General Secret Agent. However, your name actually should be read, because that's kind of just how I did it. But I appreciate seeing you in the chat all the time, and your support and viewership and everything. Okay, let me move back over to the Collins. Sean Uli.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Grab.
Hey, Sean, how you feeling?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, brother. I just wanted to call in and say congratulations, and to tell you that I may not be here Tuesday, or I'm sorry, Thursday. I've taken a turn for the worse.
Oh, Sean, no, come on. No,
It's not that bad. I just can't move my arms very well.
Yeah. Well,
But
yeah, go ahead.
on Wednesday, I'd like you all to keep me in your mind, in your thoughts and prayers, because I'm going under the knife for about a 5 or 6 hour long surgery. They're going to remove my ear canal, my right ear,
Oh, jeez.
and some lymph nodes that may be cancerous.
Oh,
So I'll probably be still under the effects of anesthesia on Thursday. And I just want to be, I'm just so happy that I was able to be part of this for as long as you've been here. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and all the Lords of the Night people, because I totaled it up yesterday, and y'all have raised more than $5,000 for me in the time that I've been with y'all. So I'm so happy that I've been with y'all. Thank you.
well, okay. Well, first off, you don't have to wait till Thursday. The next TED Excellence is tomorrow night, because Drunkel's going to be on.
Oh yeah, I'll be here tomorrow, but
yeah, and I'm probably not going to be doing a stream Thursday.
Okay.
Because I figure doing it tomorrow night. I got something else that I'm working on. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna send you a DM in a little bit, just as a preview of something that I'm working on that you see. No one else except for a couple people have seen it, so I'll send it to you shortly.
okay.
That's kind of what if I get my druthers, I'll be working on this week. But dude, first off, I'm so glad that everybody in the chat, and everybody was able to help you out over the time. Secondly, you've beaten cancer twice now. Third time's going to be the charm again, and you're going to get past this.
Right.
And well, I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the chat again. I mean, next week or on Sunday or whatever, when the next streams happens or whatever. Because
Well, I tell you what, I don't think I'll have any trouble. But if I never show up in chat again, it means I died on the operating table.
let's not go there.
No.
Let's not.
God will keep me alive.
Yeah, no, you're gonna make it through. It's not gonna be fun like most of life isn't, but no, you're gonna make it through this. And I'm gonna see you I'll see you on Sunday. If you're feeling up to it by then, I'll see you on Sunday in the chat and let me know that everything's okay.
All right. I like to keep a humorous outlook on these things. I've dealt with it since I was 14, and I'm 47 now, and I hope to live another at least 20 or 30 more years.
Well, I think you'll probably make it if you get 14 to 47. That's
I do too, because it's the only problem is with this cancer. Is it metastasizes fast?
Yeah,
and it grows really fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going up to OSU, maybe be able to see Jack, and they're going to do that surgery, and I'll be back up on. Well, won't be back on my feet, but I'll be back up on my butt.
Hmm. Well,
'cause I
it's
can't
just
walk.
as soon as you're conscious again and your thumbs are active, be sure to tweet us out and let us know how you're doing.
I will do so.
All right.
Congratulations, buddy.
You want to stick around for a little bit? Or do you have to go?
Oh no, I can stick around.
All righty. Let's see. Let's bring on Mr. E.
Hey there.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I said hello.
Oh, my mic.
No, I can hear you. That was joking.
Oh, okay.
that was sarcasm, my friend. How are you doing?
Well, not too bad. And hey, thoughts and prayers go out to Sean. Get better. I have a lot of confidence in Wexner Medical Center. I'm sure that's, if you said OSU, that's what that means.
Oh, you're familiar.
I had on the 20th, I had spinal cord stimulator implanted.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Jeez. Real quick before 1 second. Thank you, tall person. Grat Scribe, can't stay, just dropped in to throw some shekels. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Tall person, that is ridiculously generous. Thank you so much. And thank you for, like, with so many of you guys, it's easy to say because it's true. So many of you, everybody so far, I recognize your name. You've been here forever. You guys have stuck with me and the other Lords of the Night and everybody for so long. You're just all part of the family and the network, and I really appreciate all your support and your national holiday reminders all the time. So thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. So Mr. E, what is going on in your world? And is it mysterious aside from your spinal stimulation? Is that something you like push a button and you can give yourself a little jolt from time to time? So you feel better? Oh, shucks.
It's a unit that has bilateral cords running up my spinal cord about a foot, from the sacroiliac or the sacrum past the lumbar area.
Yeah.
It provides constant electrostimulation. I don't feel it. I have to recharge it from time to time, and the apparatus they gave me for that looks kind of like a ping pong paddle with a cord tied to it.
So you're a cyborg.
I'm getting there.
So what does it do?
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, what?
All right,
what is the necessity of this? Like, what's going on that you need this?
I have nerve pain and nerve damage from a couple of arthritic conditions. One of them being ankylosing spondylitis. It's affecting nerves in my back, hips. I've completely blown out my left knee and would send a cold shock down my right leg every time I stepped.
Hey.
Well, sometimes it would get so bad where it would be like somebody just tased me. So I'd fall. That's why my knee is pretty much ruined. And with this, I haven't felt any of those shocks, the big ones or the small ones, since it's been implanted.
Oh, good.
So it only deals with like nerve pain. I actually thought about getting a hold of Ranting Monkey and seeing if that's something that he experiences, because if so, I would highly recommend him getting a hold of one of these things. I mean, it doesn't remove every source of pain. It's not meant to deal with like joint pain, skeletal pain, or muscle pain, but nerve pain. Oh, wow, that it's gone.
I mean, if it's something he hasn't already consulted with his doctor about, then yeah, sure. I mean, I sort of futilely.
Well, the funny thing about that, I had to suggest that. They usually don't give this out to people who haven't had like at least one back surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't had any back surgeries because there's absolutely nothing that can really be done about what I've got except slow the progress of it and then deal with the pain that comes from it.
Right.
So, and that sounds an awful lot like the stuff that Monkey has. So,
well, yeah, no, yeah, give him the information, and if it's something that's available to him, by all means. I mean, it's one of those things, people in life that you care about.
I'd like to hear about him not falling downstairs a little more often. I mean, I know it sounds funny and stuff, but I've fallen downstairs. It's not funny.
No, and I'd love for him to be able to like play with his grandkids without having to take 3 days off.
Yeah,
after the
so
fact.
would I. I don't have any grandkids yet myself, but I'm of the age where I could find out tomorrow I've got one coming.
Real quick, thank you, Poker. Praying for your brother. Go kick ass in there to Sean. Thank you so much, Poker. And let's see, there was another one here. Devil Fruit Zero has a good job. Dogcat Fox, thumbs up. Oh, Dogcat Fox.
Wowee, wow.
Thank you, Devil Fruit. Appreciate that very much. Let's see, I was going to say something and then it suddenly escaped me. Well, aside from having, robotic parts implanted in you, what else have you been up to, Mr. E?
I've been just recovering right now. My cat is constantly playing with my feet, which now I can feel him doing. Well, before it was so numb and tingly that there was just nothing.
Right.
And now I can feel him doing it right now because he wants my attention. But I wasn't aware about the dog cat fox thing like it is because I've actually got a shot glass with him on it. It came with a set one of my friends gave me. Oh. They watched your show one time that had, like the bingo cards when you were doing the great big spamming of TEDx's.
Yes.
During a lockdown.
Yes.
And they got online. They downloaded all 3 of the cards for me. Both of these girls are amazing. And made it the size of what is a bingo card that can hold 25 shot glasses on it.
Wow. Okay.
and the center one has, the free space dog cat box on it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. When the lockdown was happening, I was so bored and antsy that I just kept doing the TEDx's like every 2 days or whatever. And yeah, it was just keeping me sane while everything was so nuts.
I was glad to be a part of it too.
Yeah. And
well, you were keeping us sane.
Well, yeah, no, I was trying to keep myself active, and I was looking forward to them every day because I was just like, oh boy, now it's something I get to like riff off of that isn't about like terrible things happening in the world and all that other stuff. But at a certain point, I thought, okay, I need to slow down, pace myself. I'm going to run out of TEDx's, which is probably not ever going to happen, but all the same. But yeah. I don't know how much it did for my mental health, but certainly people seem to enjoy them. Let's see. I got a bunch of people backing up. Mystery, do you have anything you'd like to plug, or aside from Ranting Monkey getting a look at what you had happen to you, or any videos or content creators, anything you'd like to mention?
Nothing like that. Just congrats on the 5K subs.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Glad I could be a part of what I was.
Oh yeah, no, like I say, reading you guys' names. I think reading everybody's names off when I start the shows really helps to solidify in my own mind, like all the people that just keep showing up and supporting the channel and the shows and everything. And you're one of the number, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I will get a hold of Monkey. Have him be watching for me.
Okay. If I get space with him, I will.
I'll speak with them about that.
Okay.
I don't know, like this if he wants.
Well, I have a feeling that given the crossover of our audiences, there'll be several people in the chat here who will be like, hey, Monkey, you should talk to Mr. E about spinal, blah, blah, blah. So I think whether you do it or I do it, our small little army here will do it for us.
Right.
His Twitter DMs are always open.
That's also true.
I don't do social media.
That's probably wise of you.
Well, everybody that I know that has it, they're miserable. They get, they have a window into all the things that they hate seeing happening. And I like to maybe take a little bit of a step back from it.
Are you trying to tell me something, Mr. E? Because
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well,
I appreciate you taking the bullet for us.
Well, hey, thank you so much for coming on, Mr. E.
Yep. You have a good one, and take care of yourself, Sean.
Yeah. Heal up.
Will do.
All right. Take care, dude. Up next, if I'm not mistaken, Genty Maxie.
Yay!
Yay,
Hello!
Genty Maxie. Hello, the great
Hey,
right
Jen.
north.
Hello!
How's Canada?
Really good. I just came home from my brother's birthday. We went to my mom's and she made schnitzel, way too much schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Oh yeah, lots of schnitzel. It's
yeah.
basically breaded chicken.
Mhm.
You know, Satsu does a version of it called kontatsu, which I don't speak Japanese. I fail in that regard.
Well,
but...
you should go talk to Ebony. She can teach you some.
Yes, you probably could. Better than what I did up here. Because, like, you know, my teacher was really nice. I'm actually not bad at the verbal part, but she insisted on writing in it. And I was like, oh, okay, listen, you can't start with the hieroglyphics. You have to work me up to the hieroglyphics. I know it's an actual writing style, but, you know, when you don't know what they're saying or you don't know how to write it, and it takes me a little bit to do the ticks properly because all of that stuff is important, you know? Yeah, I was like, yeah, step by step, lady.
Yeah, it's one of the harder languages to learn, as far as I've been told, especially at reading it and speaking it / understanding it orally is two different things.
Well, yeah, because the written has different alphabets. Like you have beginner level, intermediate level, and then college level. No one really does the college level. Like they can kind of read it, but like, yeah. I'm not about to do that. Like I was all about the Japanese because yeah, I like drawing it, and I always thought in the back of my mind, wouldn't it be nice to be a voice actor in North America?
Wouldn't it be nice if we? Yeah.
And then I've always kind of known that area of life was more toxic than they made it out to be, and to be quite honest, I've always kind of felt that voice actors were kind of shafted in that regard.
It all depends, I guess. I don't know the industry that well.
If you're not a big name, it's really hard. At best, people really love the show and then they'll know who you are. But for like the rest of the world, like if you were to name a voice actor in a Disney cartoon from like 10 years ago, most people couldn't tell you who they were. I always kind of felt that was a shame because let's be real, Disney is still making money off of Peter Pan.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, voice actors themselves becoming celebrities just for being voice actors is a relatively recent phenomenon. I think mostly because of the video game industry. Yeah.
Well, video, you're right. Video and big names too. Like, you know, it took a long time for people to really realize that the Joker was Mark Hamill. You know, like everyone kind of knew, but you know, mainstream wise, a lot of people didn't know.
Yeah, I just knew that from watching the credits, but that's just me, you know.
Yeah, you know, but you know, not every kid does that.
Yeah, it's true. I know. I was a weird kid. I pay attention to those things.
But I always kind of felt for the voice actors just because, like, yeah, they do a lot of work. Like, it's amazing how many people go from one genre to the next, and I was always impressed with their talent, but.
Yeah, trying to emote to nothing on a script or something and still come across as your natural speaker is not an easy thing to do as much as people might think it is.
Oh no, and just doing accents, like I know you probably know this because you do the odd accent, but like you really kind of have to focus on what you're trying to do. You know.
Oh yeah, my accents are odd. That's true.
You know, well, because if you miss like for a second, like it goes into weird land. You know, like you go from, you know, Kermit's easy, but. Well, I can't do Kermit, but...
Oh, well, I guess it's just easier and anybody can do it. Yeah. No, I remember I was just watching this the other day, a clip from the show The Wire, and the guy who plays McNulty, he's actually British, but he's doing a Boston accent the whole time. And then occasionally, one of the tests of someone doing a accent that they're not native to is can they maintain their performed accent while yelling? Or while getting angry. That's always like the thing because somehow like the brain resets back to normal when you try to like really put passion into it. And I was watching this clip of The Wire and his accent started slipping. And it was just like, he's not American now. It was very noticeable. I mean, I guess it wasn't very noticeable, but you could hear it. You could hear the tenor slip. And it was like, okay, but yeah.
Yeah. It's actually similar for singing too. Like it's very rare to find someone singing with an accent, but every once in a while you'll get someone who still has the accent when they sing.
Yes.
And it's a hit and miss. Like sometimes it makes the song more charming, and sometimes you're like, oh no. You know, like you'll go, oh no. But yeah, I always kind of found that fascinating.
Yeah, the mind does weird things when you're trying to emote, or I mean, you'd think like just speaking, you know, it's weird that, you know, you pick up a way of speaking and it's like ingrained in you. You can't. It's very difficult to sort of drop it. Although some actors seem to do it flawlessly without any kind of effort whatsoever.
Yeah,
I think it was it Alice Eve? She's British, but then you ask her to do her California whatever, and she just instantly slips into, you could be any Valley Girl kind of thing. It's very odd.
And then there's some actors who end up having to play, like, at least speaking as that character for like weeks, you know, while they're working on it, just because if they lose it, they lose it. Yes.
Yeah. They have the stick. Yeah. I remember when I was doing the LARP stuff, I'd constantly be speaking, like I was practicing the Kevin Spacey Southern accent thing from Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, because I was playing a guy from the South. And so I just kept watching that movie and repeating the lines he was saying back to myself and listening to myself and trying to get that rhythm down in order to get it. And then I'd almost exclusively speak with that accent whatever night I was doing the game stuff, to just make sure I didn't lose my mental place in being that voice.
Well, and then you got Sean Connery, who doesn't give a shit.
Oh yeah, no. It's like, hey, Sean, we need you for this role. You're a Spanish conquistador. Do you think you can do that? And he's like, oh, well, let me check. Hello. You know, it's just like anything. It's like, yeah, you're Spanish conquistador. You're a British this. You're a Scottish that. You're a what? Yeah, he doesn't care. Whatever. He's Sean Connery. He doesn't have to make excuses.
No, he really didn't, and he got away with it. Like, I don't know how that guy became such a beefcake, but he did.
Oh yeah. Now, I always liked how I think somebody who was talking about him as Bond, he always described Connery's Bond as a panther.
Yeah,
he moved like a panther. He always had this sort of like very, you know, sort of smooth everything, and like I'm still not sure if he's my favorite Bond, but he's up there. I mean, it's kind of a up and down between him and. I always thought Pierce Brosnan, even though the movies they gave him after GoldenEye were, I always thought he was probably one of the best Bonds.
It's not always about looks. Like, I find a lot of the Bonds, they kind of went for the look. But the thing with Sean Connery, it's not that he had the look. You know, like, he was a decent enough looking guy. But honestly, you could have put a paper bag over him and the charisma still would have leaked through. And I would say the same for Bosman. Like, some people, I mean, every Bond has the charisma. I always liked his charisma. Like, I don't know. It was kind of a warm pull-in. But yeah, I was also, you know, a Canadian girl who's like, oh, there's this guy who does a pretty decent Scottish accent. I don't actually know that he does a decent accent, because, you know, you talk to Europeans and they have a different opinion on it.
Yeah, of course, we can't forget George Lazenby, the best Bond ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jen, sure. I got people.
Sure. I just wanted to say to Sean real quick. Do get better as much as you can. Like, I know that I'm being uppity and like, you know, get better, sir. You have no choice. But you know, just it'd be sad if we don't get to see you in chat. So
yeah.
Yeah, I just had to say that before I go, because I cried a little bit.
All right,
thanks for having me on Scribe, and congratulations.
I keep my spirits up.
Yeah, good. At least stay happy while you're here. That's the most important thing. If we can keep you happy, but also congratulations to you too, Scribe. Because
thank you, Jen. You take care in Canada.
Oh, I will. You know, like a couple days from now, there's not going to be a Trudeau no more. So, yeah.
Yay! So long, Trudeau. All right. You take care.
You too.
Bye-bye. And just to see, there's a couple people in chat who were in the waiting room were waiting there, and now they're gone. So Spittlebuggies and it was Pixel someone. I'm assuming that's someone's extra name.
Come back.
Yeah, Spittlebuggies, hello.
Hello. Sorry, no avatar. For some reason, my avatar is missing from what I'm using. Hello.
Well,
this
hello.
is the first time I've spoke with you, and I'm all excited and didn't know what to say.
Well, you sound great.
And you said hello, which is usually the best thing to say when you're greeting someone. So, how are you, Spittlebuggies?
I don't know how to spell according to you, but good.
Well, most people can't match my standards of spelling, so it's okay. You're among friends.
I'm doing well considering. Everything is good. I just wanted to say congratulations and thank you for being here through all of these toiling and hard times and the new president.
Oh, well, I got nowhere else to be because I can't go anywhere else. But no, I appreciate your hanging out with us and being there in the chat and everything, and spelling quality or otherwise, it's appreciated. Speaking of which, let's go over a couple more question deals on here while I got people on. This is Sweet Chili Tea. You're one of my favorite YouTubers, and I'm so happy you're building a well-deserved audience. Congratulations. Thank you. I know it says Morgan, but that's I recognize Sweet Chili Tea. It's a llama. Congratulations, subscribe. I was introduced to your channel through Sinatra Says old streams where he would send us over when he ended. Question, what's your experience with other World of Darkness RPGs, Wraith, Mage, Changeling, and Werewolf? Never played a game of Wraith. Played at least one LARP and at least one tabletop of Mage. Changeling, did a LARP of that. I think I did one tabletop of that. And Werewolf, I was in a LARP and I did play a couple of tabletop games of that. So Wraith, I don't have any opinion on because I never played it. I never even owned the book. Mage and Changeling. I could never get into Mage so much. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the games that I was playing or having run for me. It was just something about the urban wizard stuff. And I don't know, it just didn't click for me for some reason. Changeling was interesting. That was a depressing game because the whole theme is that magic is dying from the world and all the creatures that live in magic are now being corrupted by the absence of it and also the bad things that happen in the world. So that was like, ugh. But there were some interesting stories there. And Werewolf, I have a long, weird history with Werewolf. Oh. What was that?
They were just wild. I like, the bottle.
Is that us or sorry? I don't know what that was. I thought that was somebody talking. Was that you, Spittle?
No, it was not.
Okay. I'm sorry. Probably me. My nerve came in.
Oh, that's okay. I just want to
give me some medicine.
That's okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't talking over somebody or something. But yeah, what's my experience? It all depends on who's running it and how they're running it. The Changeling one I was in was the person really had a handle on the material and ran a very interesting game. Same thing with Werewolf. Maybe I just didn't luck out with Mage all that much, or it just didn't click with me. I guess urban fantasy to a certain extent isn't always the genre I'm into, which is kind of odd because there's some things that I would like. Like I like Doctor Strange, and he's like effectively urban fantasy now, that kind of thing, that sort of theme. And you would think I'd really like Mage, but there's something about that didn't quite click. So that's the best I can give you without getting into very specific storylines or games or characters I played or something. Yeah, that's about it.
I always like Werewolf the best.
Yeah, most people I know, it's either vampire or werewolf, and they love one and hate the other. And I'm kind of love vampire. I'm neutral on werewolf. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I played that werewolf that was the Russian boarhound.
Yeah. Can't
remember what it was called, but I really loved that. And I kept a tally of how many humans I killed.
Oh, there you go. That's the whole point of werewolves, is to kill humans.
And I don't know what you're talking about because
these are
I don't do RPGs.
Oh, well.
Role-playing games?
Yeah, these are tabletop art. Well, I mean, obviously some of them have video games attached to them, but these are for tabletop RPGs.
Sorry, honey, I thought that was what you're talking about.
Oh, no, this is It's a Llama. I'm reading off of the questions and things. But yeah, no, the tabletop RPGs, I haven't done one in a long time, and I miss them. But they are an acquired taste. Not everybody likes tabletop RPGs. It's a very social activity. It can be, you have to be really into telling a story, and I guess different games for different people. Dungeons and Dragons seems to be the most common one for most people to know anything about.
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, yeah, which is
I still play Pathfinder on Roll20.
Did you see the new Pathfinder computer RPG that's either coming out or already out? I forget.
I heard of it, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, there was. I've never played either one of them, but a lot of people are liking this one. I guess that it's better than the first one, Kingmaker, or whatever it was called.
Oh, okay.
So just came out. So Spittle, you have anything you'd like to promote or plug, or content creator you'd like to praise? I'm not talking about myself literally, but that's fine.
Well, besides you and Ranting Monkey,
yes,
I actually debut every now and then on Johnny Bonsacco and Mr. Moose channel.
Oh,
so if you want to go over there and see how horrible of a person that I can be, you're more than welcome to. But I'm being kind and nice today because I have children. I have children around.
Hey, I'm a full-grown adult, thank you.
Well, then, F you for keeping me happy.
This is a very strange conversation we've had, but I appreciate it, Spittle Buggies.
Thank you very much. You can go ahead and kick me because my internet is being potato. So can you please kick me, and then I'll try to get out?
Okay, bye. So yeah, guys, go check out Johnny Bonsacco's channel to see more of Spittle Buggies. I don't have a link in front of me, but I'm sure, given the name, it's probably unique enough. You go into YouTube, type in Johnny Bonsacco, you'll probably find somebody there. Let's see who's next on the chopping block. Irate Prostate.
Bingo. How you doing, man?
Wait, what did you say?
I said, hey, man, what's happening?
No. You said.
Bingo.
What? Of course.
That's what you said. That was kind of on purpose, man. I said something in the chat about this is like 3 years too late, this party.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I do this interview show, and one of the questions I ask is the most appreciated or underrated YouTuber on the interwebs. Your name has come up out of 159 shows. Your name has come up probably 150 of them.
Oh, come on.
I'm not fucking lying, dude.
Come on.
I swear to God.
Oh,
all right. So, and you were an inspiration to me because, man, for some reason we've never been able to connect on the horror thing, but that's kind of what drew me to you. And
what do you mean never been able to connect on the horror thing?
We've never really sat, you and I, and just talked about nothing but horror, right?
Oh, well, I'm glad to do that sometime if you like. But
my point is what you showed me that you could do this thing and do what you love and talk about what you love in a way. You influenced me. I can't describe really because if people watch my stuff, they're like, "What?" Because I'm totally a different person, and I kind of tend to lean in a more. I'm weird. Okay, you're weird in a different way, in a good way, and I'm weird in a way where people go, okay. You influenced me to get off my butt and do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful to you for that, man. You'll always be one of my like top 10, like who you like, Scribe Light,
I'm flattered that you say so, but I mean, I credit, Irate Alex. Now I always want to say Irate,
mm-hmm.
Irate Alex with sort of giving me the idea to give this a shot, but same thing, just for that. But the same thing I'd say to you is that all the credit is due to you. I mean, if you hadn't done it, it wouldn't exist. I looked at my, this 5,000 thing, and I think to myself, this, for whatever it's worth, I have this gigantic 5-year-long body of work. Like I did all of this. It's a one-man show, right? I don't have a team of people, and that's so every video that I scripted and I edited, and every stream that I made an overlay for, or a thumbnail, or spent the night. It's like I did that, so I can take a certain amount of pride from that and be thankful for those that helped me along the way. But ultimately, you have done for you what you've got. 150, what'd you say, 159 episodes?
Yeah, a labor of love, man. Yeah.
Well,
and I got the whole idea of like having like I do like 4 different types of shows, and each one has its own like opening and kind of format and closing. Now at this point, I've gotten pretty formulaic with it in a and not in a boring way, but in a way where the people, when they watch this certain thing, they know what to expect, right? And the it's like the flagship is the interview show.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I'm rolling with this. But I wanted to ask you about, have you seen What We Do in the Shadows?
I have not. I know it exists. I've seen clips of it, but I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the TV show. My sister Scribes, if I remember correctly, Sister Scribes talked about watching it, and you'd think, me being sort of a Vampire the Masquerade freak and everything, I'd be jumping all over that. But for whatever reason, I just I don't know, is it on Hulu or something? Either I don't have access to it, or I just never decided to watch it.
It is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It is really good comedy. It's consistent. And I mean, it's into its 3rd season and it's nothing stale.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. It's just, I figured you'd love it, man. Out of all the people I know, it's like, because it takes every idea about vampires and makes fun of it, basically. On the movie, there's a scene where like they're flying around, like having a fight over like something in the kitchen. I can't remember who was going to do the dishes or something. That's a great example.
Real quick, Shortline 614. How's some of my birthday money, Scribe? Well, thank you, Shortline. That's very generous of you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you so much, and happy birthday to you. Oh wait, is your birthday? Uh-oh. All right. Well, it's not quite. Well, whether it was today or previously, Shortline, it was your birthday. So I guess around here, I'm obligated to do this. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear Shortline. Happy birthday.
You know it's better.
Happy birthday to you.
Always wanted to do that.
Well, there you go. Happy birthday, Shortline. Congratulations on being older.
I've always wanted to do that.
Let's see. Oh, I got a whole bunch of people backing up. I'm sorry, Irate. Do you have anything you'd like to
promote? Yes. Tomorrow night, tomorrow night, me and Becca Fairley on Extra Credit, we're going to go over the Soviet Simeon Soldier program.
Ooh.
Yes. And so on Twitch, not DLive, Twitch, Trovo. I'm getting rid of DLive because it's run by the Chi-Coms. I don't support those assholes. And now Odyssey. So catch me there. Becca will be there. Peace out. Irate. Hi, Sean. Memes later, brother. And on that note, thank you, Scribe, for everything over the years. You've been like the North Star of all this insanity.
Oh, stop it. Yeah, okay, well, you figure out a time where we can talk horror movies and stuff. We'll figure that out.
Absolutely. I would love to talk like movies like Dead Ringers and some of the more obscure Cronenberg stuff with you. All right?
Sure. All right, and be sure to put your channel link in the chat when you have a chance to.
You got it, fam. Thank you.
All right. Take care, dude.
Later.
Bye. Next up, Poker. There you are.
Privilege is better.
I don't know if you can hear
me. Testing 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. How are you doing?
I didn't think I was actually. I'm doing good. How are you, Scribe?
Well, a little. I don't know if blushing is quite the word, but flattered it might be from the last couple of guests and everything, and Irate in particular. But other than that, doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing good. I mean, hell, how am I going to follow that? I mean,
I don't know. You could worship me like a god or something. I'm sure there's a way to get over it.
Okay, no. Anyway, congratulations on 5,000 subscribers, by the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So now, how long have you been part of the gaggle?
I would say about a year and a half now, actually.
Yeah.
It was right during the whole COVID thing.
Yep.
And I know a previous caller mentioned this, but it was actually Sinatra. He was actually live streaming, and at the end of the stream, linked me over to you. And first I was like, good God, what am I watching? And then after I watched for a little bit, I'm like, oh, damn, this is pretty cool. So here I am.
I'm very appreciative of Sinatra for promoting and everything else. Yeah, we did long ago. I did a guest video for his channel. It was the very first time that YouTube ever told me that I had a content match, and did I want to copyright strike him? I was like, no, because I gave him the video to put up.
That's a good story.
Yeah, that was fun. I was like, it's still there as far as I can tell. It's the one content match thing I ever got, because he posted. I made a video for his channel. He posted it, and then about a week or so later, giving it time to run on his channel, I posted the same copy on mine, and then YouTube was like, someone else is using material. I'm like, oh, it's okay. So
yeah, man, he was really good about. I mean, it was every stream. At the very end of the stream, he would link your channel or Lord of the Night, I should say, and
that too, yeah.
And yeah, after a while, it just kind of came.
Oh, he's on Tucker Tuesday.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep, Tucker Tuesdays. It is phenomenal. And by the way, Sean, I just wanted to say I wish you the best, man. I'm praying for you. I'm keeping you in my prayers, and
I appreciate it, buddy.
Hope all is well, man.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm sure
You got this, man.
Everything will work out. A couple more comments from the stream here. Bard TV. Congrats on the 5K, getting famous. Oh, bit by bit, day by day. Cognitive Thought. Congrats, Scribe. Thanks, Cognitive. Jam says, just want to say congrats, Scribe. You deserve so many more. I hear that a lot. It's all right. And I'll refresh the page, but that's where things left off the last time I was there. So let's see if anything else happened. Let me check real quick, make sure I didn't miss something. Here we go. Ryan R. Question. Have any of the TED speakers ever contacted you or done a response video to a TED Excellence? Responded to me? No. As far as I don't. No, they've never done a response video. I've never seen that done. The closest I can think of, at least, I've done a lot of TEDx's. So the only contact that I know of is the comic book or superhero life coach guy. I believe it was Keeverdam who put a comment on his TEDx pointing out the fact that at no point during his presentation did he ever tell us how to unleash our inner superhero. And he directly responded to that comment and saying that's a good point. I'll have to put that in my next presentation. Like what? Or something like that. It was ridiculous. As far as I know, that's the closest I've come to a TEDx speaker making any kind of outwise contact. I've had interactions with other people I've done videos on before, like Chris Hoff, Dr. Hoff. His first video on patriarchy and everything, I put a comment on his video and he responded, politely. A couple of times I've had back and forths with Beat Chilette. I did a couple of videos on her sort of business life coach stuff, and she found out that I did a video on her stuff, and she responded. We had some polite conversations, let's say. I mean, it was nothing terrible. But I think it's only been like maybe a handful of times I've ever actually ended up directly or sidewise being contacted or getting into contact with any of my subjects. So,
Scribe, do you know what the process is? Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to say, do you know what the process is for actually getting your own TEDx talk?
So I looked into this one time, and I don't know how it's handled everywhere, but the example I saw was there's a TEDx like message board community or something for a particular area, right? And or city or territory or whatever. So if some group has set up a TEDx branch of their own, and then what they do is, or at least the example I saw was, they gave a period of time leading up to the event, and they said, we're going to do a TEDx on this date, 3 months out or something. The theme is going to be this. Present your presentation pitches here, and the community will vote on them. So basically, someone would post essentially the entire essay of their presentation, and then the people involved in the community would vote on which ones they liked the best, and then the top however many would win and then be invited to come on to the event. That's how I saw it done in one example. I don't know if that's true for every TEDx event, but that might be the template.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to see. I know that TEDx you did.
So, sorry, one at a time?
Sorry. What about the ones that are done online?
Well, you mean the Zoom calls and things like that?
Yeah.
I assume that they go through a similar process, except they just don't have a stage. They just have,
okay.
I'm guessing. Again, I only saw one example of how they do it. Maybe that's a template. Maybe that was a special deal. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying, I mean, especially in these times, if you went on to TEDx, did your own, I mean, it would be legendary. Just saying.
Oh, geez.
It would be amazing.
See, if I actually did a TEDx, I'd probably try to do something that was relatively straightforward. I wouldn't actually try to do like a fake out or something, because that kind of loses its luster real quick when it's all just meant to be a joke. I think
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the famous examples was Sam Hyde did that. He went on a TEDx and did one, and it was a complete farce. And as soon as you know it's a joke, the whole thing kind of loses. Yeah. So if I was actually on a TEDx, I'd probably pick something I was actually passionate about, or some subject, or maybe as a meta thing, I do a TEDx about TEDx's, because God knows I've watched enough of them now. So if I were to do one, that might be the one that I do. I don't know, but that's.
I got you.
That's about it.
Yeah, I didn't know Sam ever did one. That's actually pretty cool.
That would be a good one.
But yeah, if you want, you can go ahead and go to the next caller. I know I'm not contributing much, so.
Oh no, dude, it's fine. I have people backed up, so I got to start moving. But hey, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate all of your support and viewership and just everything. And I got to be sure to thank Sinatra. I knew that we all sort of kind of cross promoted each other on social media and stuff. I don't think I was aware of how often he was promoting Lords of the Night and elsewise all this time. So I got to make sure to say something to him about that. So thank you so much.
Yep, just tell him Poker said he's a dick. That's all I want. Other than that, we're good.
I'd do that even if I weren't taking a message from you. So thanks.
Fair enough. Hey, you have a good night. Congrats, man.
You too. Bye-bye. Next up, Keeverdam.
Hello.
Hello.
Yay.
Yay.
Hi, Sean.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just I was on Jack's stream earlier. So I couldn't listen to the whole thing. I had it on in the background, sorta. So, but yeah, I showed his stream on your stream earlier today because Check Your Logic brought it up. So yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, good.
Yeah. Also, Lexi wants you to refresh because she posted a question.
I just did, and there's nothing there.
Oh.
So unless I'll try it again. But
okay.
Let's see, because obviously we have to placate Lexi. We can't let it not say no, I don't see it. Are you posting it to this video, Lexi? You're trying to post it to this stream, because I can't see it on this stream, or I don't think you can even comment on this stream. Or since you're here, you could always just put it in the chat, because Lexi Mad says Keeve knows my question. It must be answered. Well, okay, Keeve, if you're going to play Mercury to her Zeus, what's the question?
I actually I might have missed it because I was probably. Distracted. I'm sorry, Lexi.
Okay, Lexi. Well, you might have to go through all the effort of putting the question into the chat there, Lexi. I know it's terrible. Let's see. But anyway, Keeverdam, what's going on with you? What's new and exciting?
Well, I'm still on second shift, so I can't really watch your streams. I can only listen and shill every 15 or so minutes. But
if you shill, you don't have to shill at all. Like I said earlier at the top of the show, you and Stargazer and MASH and everybody who either here or other channels or otherwise, but you especially. I mean, you're definitely a standout example of just for all of us putting up our Teespring stuff or Streamlabs or Twitch channels or all that stuff. It's I don't know what to say. I don't know how to express how grateful I am on behalf of me and I'm sure everybody else.
Yeah, I wasn't here for the first 45 minutes of the stream, but did you bring up your fake TED Talk that you did last year?
No, I did. Well, I mean, the whole TED Talk thing just kind of came up. Yeah, I did do a takeoff fake TED Talk video on my channel. I called it red circle carpet talk or something like that.
Speech, I think.
Speech, yeah, red circle talk, carpet speech. And yeah, it's just yeah, my send up of how most TEDx's are structured in my mind. So if you're curious about that, it's a very brief, like 2 or 3 minute video. Just look up red circle carpet on my channel search and you can find that real quick.
Malicious tranquility.
Yeah, malicious tranquility. Yeah, I tried to come up with something that I would imagine seeing on a TEDx title, and I think I did okay with it. I think
it was kind of eerie how realistic it was.
Yeah, because once you've watched a few of these things, you kind of get the cadence ingrained in your brain. You just kind of like riff it off pretty easy, which may or may not be a smart thing. I don't know.
Yeah, you said that your formula for a TED Talk was if it's good, it's radical. If it's bad, it's toxic.
Yeah. So this is the simple recipe for a TEDx talk subject for those of you out there who haven't heard this before. So think of a positive adjective or notion or quality of being, whatever it is. So peace or tranquility or positivity or health or something, right? Okay, and then decide, do you want to give a presentation promoting this thing or denigrating this thing? And if you want to say promoting it, then you put radical in front of it, okay? And then if you want to denigrate it, you put toxic. So toxic peace, right? So, and then just reverse engineer that, like, okay, how could peace actually be bad? Imagine what that would look like, and then you have your TEDx talk. Or radical peace. It's not just peace, it's radical peace. Well, what does radical peace look like? It's like, I don't know, a coma, or whatever. Anyway, that's what you do, is just think of that. It's all about reverse engineering some catchphrase into a presentation and justifying it in the reverse. That's my whole theory about what most TEDx talks operate as.
Yeah, well, one of the ones that stick out to me the most is the one that made you angry. The white woman with the positive racial identity as a white person, and then she went on to belittle her daughter's physical traits, especially her blonde hair.
Yeah. Oh man, I think I have a whole special playlist of that called "Questionable Parenting" from TEDx or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I made a playlist, at least with those that jump out at me, where it's like someone standing on a stage talking about being a parent, and you just think, I feel so sorry for those children. So if you're at all curious to see some very prime examples of questionable parenting, there's a whole playlist on my channel for that. But yeah, no, that lady, boy, oh boy. Yeah, you want to talk about the inherent flaw of your own child, innocent child. Like, I had to talk to my friend about her whiteness and her blonde hair. Like, this is your own. Yeah, I fear for that child growing up under that mother. Holy cow.
Yeah, she wanted to dye her hair purple, and she didn't see it as a kid having fun. Oh, she's correcting a flaw of hers.
Right. Oh God, that was so bad. So bad, especially in conjunction with all the stuff we're seeing lately of either teachers or parents in concert with teachers pushing all of this. I mean, whether you call it critical race theory or just social justice schooling onto kids and everything. It's really scary. I really worry for Aaliyah's generation, Asatsu's daughter, as to what is the world going to look like, and what are people going to be teaching their kids as time goes on. It's just scary stuff.
Yeah, my baby's not a doll. She's just an ordinary baby.
Yeah.
Heaven
forfend.
She was 8 months old, and Spud Gun wasn't around for that, and I showed that to him, and he was horrified.
Yeah, no, it was something else. I think, yeah. I'm as you bring it up, I'm having like PTSD of it and everything, because I've gone through so many TEDx's.
Hold on a second.
Here, I'll mute her so that she doesn't say anything on the air that she shouldn't or otherwise. She can unmute herself when she's back, I believe. But yeah, no, yeah. If you bring up a specific talk, I'll just probably have a flashback to it, because I've done so many now. Oftentimes lately, if I'm doing a talk that was posted any longer back than a month, I reflexively check and make sure, am I sure I haven't done this one before? because I'm usually watching them like a hawk when they're first posted these days. And when they're posted, they're usually done in big batches. So if I see anything that looks interesting and it's from a while back, I go like, okay, I gotta scroll through my thumbnail. Part of the reason, for the most part, that I keep the picture of the speaker on the thumbnail in all of the shows is so that I have a reference point to make sure I'm not going to double up accidentally on something in the future. Because then I can just look and see, and if it's someone I've already looked at before.
Yeah, I'll call her back in a little bit. Sorry about that.
Well, it's okay. No, I mean you're on shift and everything. If you got to go or whatever, it's fine.
No, it was a relative of my mom.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So what else is going on?
Also, I don't know if you remember, but "Wowie wow wow" is Dogcat Fox's catchphrase, kind of because of me, because I suggested it to you.
Are you looking to get like some kind of royalty cut or something?
Maybe. No, I'm just kidding. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Was it?
In case you couldn't remember and you were wondering.
I know I used to say before it was Dogcat Fox's thing. I usually say it sometimes just reflexively on things. Were you the one that said that should be what Dogcat Fox says?
I had asked you if it was the sound that he makes, and you said yes, although in a more animalistic way.
Yes. That is usually how most of the lore around this show and my moon base and everything gets built. Someone will say something, and I'll say, yes, that's how it is, or whatever. And so I have absorbed several things, and so oh, it happened again. Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Well, anyway, I got a whole bunch of people backed up in the chat. So, Kiefer Dam, you got anything you want to promote, or that's not me?
I do sporadic streams and I sing happy birthday short line, happy birthday to you. And that's it. I'll call my mother back now.
Okay.
Thanks for having me on and feel better, Sean. Bye.
Bye, Kiefer Dam. Take care. All righty. Who's up next? The memes of destruction.
Though I know I should be wary, still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly haunting, I turn loose. Beetlejuice!
Whoa! Hey, Scrub,
we do
what's
not
going
want
on?
the mayor of Chicago here.
My apologies. Wait, I'm not mayor.
I'm wary of hopefully that doesn't give me a content match or something. But thank you. Hello.
I will send you a super chat to make up for it. I apologize.
That's all right. No, it's probably tinny enough. It's not going to matter. How are you doing, memes of destruction?
I am doing all right on this Sunday night while we are living in America, in the world, in this current timeline where. Why does it seem we always need to come literally to the brink of annihilation before like some great new breakthrough and like wonderful things? All I know is when the plague set in, the first 60 days of the president was going up, giving those daily news conferences. I covered the president's remarks, at least his initial remarks at each one of those to the point where people were just going back and forth so much that he just walked out. I'm like, it drained my soul. So I explored the math and science and physics communities, geometric unity, Wolfram hypergraphs, and I just so happened to come across a guy that I think may have actually solved modern field theory. The internet is a wonderful place, but I'm here for 3 reasons. Number 1, myself and Scribe, we are entangled. We were both raised by cats. Number 2, I hear this is how you clout chase. And number 3, I like Scribe. He actually seems to be a common voice out here in like the ether of everyone being angry about everything. Kind of like Mr. E said, it's like we have the ability to magnify everything. And these are things that like Tim Pool and all these other folks were saying before. It's like, well, how do we get clicks and engagement? You show stuff people get enraged about. Wait a second, we have a learning algorithm that's matching all our metadata to the things that make us angriest and engage and spend more time here. I'm not a big fan of hating on the player. I'm more of a fan of hating on the game. And if the game is effed, I say we need a patch update. I think that's what elected officials are for.
I feel like I'm a co-host right now.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I apologize.
So, do you happen to do your own content by any chance? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, no, I have a channel. I do stuff and things. the algorithm doesn't know what to do with me because you'll have everything from, I'll be talking about physics, loop quantum gravity, this, that, the other thing, basically how time in and of itself, we are powered, apparently, according to my friend Jen, who I need to hop into like in just like a minute because I'm late, I think I'm supposed to be there, about like stars themselves, the electromagnetism combined with the gravitational rotation literally powers time as we know it. And then I'll do like parody streams where like I have you talking about Ninja Turtles with weebs and stuff, and I put like go ninja. So parodies, memes, and stuff like that, and occasionally some workout videos.
Go ninja. I mean Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's as long as you're on the same page with that.
Absolutely. Well, hey, that's all I got. I know you got more folks subscribe. Thank you so much. Congrats again on 5,000, man. And Sean, hey, may God bless.
Thank you, brother.
Be safe, everyone.
Thank you, memes. Well, now, that was something. That almost felt like it was a full scripted video I just watched there. Holy cats. Speaking of Raised by Cats. But speaking of otherwise, well, it's the birthday person, because I don't know.
Hello.
Birthday boy. Hello, birthday boy.
Hello, Scribe.
Hello.
I'll get through this quick just so you can continue on to other people.
Okay.
I think how I found you was rather weird. I think a couple of years ago, when I was first getting into politics, I subscribed to a bunch of political channels, and one of them did a stream with Monkey, and I found Monkey. And then I kind of immediately stopped watching Monkey, but he still popped up in my subscription feed. And then around the time of the election last year, I kind of stopped, unengaged myself from politics, right? And what ended up happening was eventually I got bored and it's whatnot. And a couple of months later, I was like, who was that guy that I was subscribed to at one point who did streams at like 2 a.m., Monkey something? So I found his channel again. I'm like, oh, what's this Lords of the Night thing? So I found Lords of the Night. And the worst part about it is I only really got invested in Lords of the Night maybe about a month before it ended.
Yeah, there was never going to be a good time to wrap things up. It's true.
Yeah, but on the TED Talk, I actually had a friend who did a TED Talk as a student project about a year ago. He didn't do anything particularly like politics or societal related. He did something very specific, which is the lessons that could be learned from 1970s American railroading. Very niche, I know.
Okay.
But going through, like, talking to him and just, like, even though this was a student project, I get the feeling that the whole, like, process was very similar. Going through it and seeing his talk and the people before, it almost felt like, what am I trying to say? It almost felt like people said, because this was a student thing, and almost people said things and they talked about things that would get them, say, approval from like socially or like from a college or something. And that was very interesting. And then you have him talking about something very niche. And it's almost like the guy before him was like this Asian woman who talked about like struggle is my passion or something like that. And it's like, if you aren't, trying to market yourself towards a college, I don't know what you're doing with that. So that's particularly something I find interesting because it's less about, I almost feel it's less about actually talking about something you want to talk about and talking about, instead it's talking about something that you think other people might want to hear about.
Yeah, it's depending. I mean, you can't always tell, but some TEDx's sort of come across as sort of like, real life glorified versions of that coffee table book you have out, just so people can see that you own it and somehow impress them with your interest in something. Or they're just, I mean, we've seen several TEDx's where you have to wonder, is this person just virtue signaling to try to confess that they are a good person, I swear, even though I'm an evil whatever? Also, they're just having some sort of like stream of consciousness of their own insecurities, but they've turned it into a talk like it's supposed to be something deep and meaningful. There's a lot of ways to read into the psychology of some of the presentations depending on the subject matter and the way that it's delivered.
Yeah, and I honestly wonder how some of these got approved. Like, as I said, my friend's TED Talk was like
you talk like there's some kind of standard for TEDx or
no,
something.
No. Because my friend's TED Talk, as I said, it was a student thing, like at his school, and he tried to get the it was like streamed and whatnot, but he wanted to bring up the video, possibly post it to his channel and whatnot, because it wasn't posted to the main TEDx channel. It was just immediately unlisted. And the guy basically said, the contract that they had them sign basically said, this is property of TEDx, you can't do anything with it. And he kind of digged deeper into the guy, started questioning him, and basically said that the only reason why this guy even organized this entire thing was so that it would look good on a college essay, and he didn't actually care about any of it. So, like, saying, like, I feel like these people almost do these TEDx's to kind of, instead of, the point of a TEDx, at least it's supposed to be, is share an idea with the world, but it's more, how can I further my career? It's
being able to. I mean, having say, I was a TED speaker or something. It used to mean something really important. Like if you ended up on a TED Talk, wow, you must be top of the pops kind of thing. And now TEDx is it's resume fodder, it's sales pitch platform. Real quick, Sora Luna, thank you so much for the bravo, Dogcat Fox. Oh, Dogcat Fox.
Wowie, wow.
Thank you, Sora Luna. Yeah, that's P Dog Night. Real quick go on the comments. Your boy Pat says, big congrats on hitting 5K. Here's to many more. Thank you, Pat. If you want to come on, Pat, you should come on. So what else is going on in the wonderful world of if you don't mind saying, how old are you now?
I am now legally an adult.
So you're
18.
Yeah. You're only 18.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, congratulations. You can smoke and go off to war. Yay!
Yay! Congratulations, me.
You can't smoke yet.
I guess it
depends on the
state. Yeah, it depends on the state. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and not that I'd want to do it anyways, but I don't know what it is here in Virginia. Anyways,
well, your favorite cigarette has to be Virginia Slim.
Anyways, I'm gonna get off. Let you get to other people. Thanks for talking to you. I don't have anything else to promote, really.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, looking forward to seeing you in the chat in the future. And just again, I'll be doing a TEDx special tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern with Drunken Uncle.
I normally lurk, but I might chat more. Anyways, bye, Scribe.
Bye.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Thanks, Shortline. Happy birthday again. Appreciate the donation as well. Let's see. I don't see any more. I'll refresh the page here. See if anybody else. I listen to myself talk for a second. And Lexi, did you ever put your question in here? Because I asked for it. I know it might be a mistake. I'll refresh. Let's see. I don't see one from you, Lexi, in the comments. Maybe it's being blocked or something. I don't know. Let me go check a different tab here real quick.
Yeah, I think she said it was just in the chat.
Okay, well, if it was just in the chat, I obviously missed it. So, Lexi, post it again. Or someone who knows what Lexi said, post it again so I don't miss it. And I'll double check a couple of things here just to make sure I'm not missing something. Oh, there it is. Oh, she put, well, okay, it shows up in my alerts. It doesn't show up on the video. Okay, Lexi Mads commented, does everyone really know you don't go full retard? That's your question? Does everyone really know you don't go full? I'm not sure how to take that. Like, do you suspect that I do, or what are you saying? No, I suspect some people do suspect that, but I couldn't tell you how many or to what extent.
I go full retard all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are Americans, so it's kind of part and parcel with the job description. She says, I was watching Tropic Thunder today, ? I don't know. Wait, you're asking me? Sure, you were. That at least makes some kind of rational sense. So otherwise, yeah. Let's see. Oh, who's this? Peter Silak 313 from Down Under.
Scribbles, how you doing, buddy?
G'day.
G'day, mate. How's it going?
Crikey.
G'day.
Foster's Australian for beer. Yeah, where's your didgeridoo?
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible. How are you
any
doing?
kangaroo comments?
I'm
good, man.
Come back with a boomerang.
Do you have a Joey in your couch?
That's
or are you just
a
happy to see
metaphor
me?
here. So
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have a Joey in your pouch? Or are you just happy to see me?
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you so much. And I mean, of
Okay.
all the Petes, of all the Peters that have been in this chat, and that's innuendo, you've been the longest standing one.
Yeah, I'm way past 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm sore.
Yeah, no blue pill required. Actually, I think you might be one of the very few who I actually referenced in a video directly at one point, if you recall.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I fangirled a little bit.
Yeah, that was that was the follow-up to, I think, the UBS thing I did, or the first UBS deal. I forget. It was one of my early diversity corporate video or article deals. Yeah. Because the guy was complaining about, how many CEOs are named Peter, as though that were some sign of some sexism or something. I was like, which Peter? Yeah. So how I'm wary to ask, because who knows who could be listening in your neck of the woods. How are things in the Down Under right now?
Man, they're kind of fucked, to be honest.
That was my understanding.
Government.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me personally, the way my life is, it doesn't affect me that badly, to be honest. So, and when I leave the house, I don't, I've never been arrested or hassled by cops for not wearing a mask or anything like that. But yeah, from everything I've seen on the news, and which I don't really watch that much, I deliberately avoid Australian news. I actually know more about America than I do about Australia at the moment. Which is kind of sad in a way, but yeah, lockdowns, all that shit. Our government's off its fucking. It's nuts.
Yeah, just peripherally what I'm seeing and hearing, it's like I think about what's going on here, and then I think, yeah, turn that up to 11, and that seems to be what's happening, or at least, like I say, anecdotally, what's happening in Australia. Do you you ever just because obviously every Australian knows one another? Do you ever listen or watch Gary Orsom's video on YouTube or videos on YouTube?
I used to, actually.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of his videos for a while now, but yeah, I used to.
Yeah, one popped up today, and I immediately thought of Tailed Feature, actually, because he did a parody song of Eye of the Tiger, except it's called Vial of the Pfizer, and it was kind of funny, and it kind of spoke to Australia's current situation and politicians and things. So, Ebony says, "Sorry about your country, Pete."
Yeah. No, thank you, Ebony. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We'll come. We'll dig our way out.
Yeah,
eventually, hopefully.
Eventually, yeah. The one primary element to all successful cynic is hope. And for as cynical as I am about my country and the world and other countries and there right now, it's like at some point this is all going to become a cold bucket of water on somebody's head. Like, wait a second, and someone's going to say, "Gosh, we really should learn from history so we don't risk repeating it." But look at what are you doing now? A lot of people are trying to say otherwise, but
yeah, eventually your government will be less toxic than your animals.
Well, one can only hope. Because everything in Australia wants to kill you. So aside from all of that, Mrs. Lincoln, how is the play? What else is going on, Peter?
Not a lot, really.
Yeah.
I spend my days playing PlayStation 4 and watching YouTube lately. That's pretty much my thing. I think that's pretty much what everyone's doing here nowadays.
Yeah, it's all
locked down.
What can you do at home that doesn't cost you a bunch of money or whatever? Yeah. Or require you to go out or anything. Now, am I the only one who remembers your full original name?
I don't know. I know Czech remembers it. Czechologic, he remembers everything. So he mentions it now and then, but
so I'm not special. All right, I see how it is. Okay.
No, you're the only one who actually uses it every time you refer to me. So
all right.
Yeah, you're definitely special, Scribbles.
Yeah, short bus. Yeah, I know. So let's see. I had something. So yeah, you've been around since at least 2017. as far as watching my stuff. I think at least, or maybe earlier.
Yeah, I was subbed to Monkey first before. That's how I knew about the test stream. So I was there for that. And then after a while, I subbed to you and SDA. And then once Satsu came into the picture, I subbed to him as well. I can't remember what year it actually was. It would have been around 2017, yeah.
Had
or
to
2017.
Be either late 2016 or 2017. I think is when I did that other stuff. So what's Russell Crowe really like in life?
He's a bit of a dick. His music sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously, like I say, every Australian knows each other because there's only so much habitable land on the island. So I understand.
He's not as cool as Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Yeah, Hugh Jackman seems like a really nice guy, though.
Yeah, he does actually.
Thank you, Poker. Thanks for having me. Also, thank you, Keeve and Check. Yes, well, thank you, Keeve and Check as well, and thank you, Poker. Appreciate it. Let's see. So, being one of my most veteran viewers, what is your favorite episode that I've done? Shower me with praise.
On Lords of the Night or TEDx or just in general?
Whatever. What's the one that you remember fondly the most?
Well, the shout out was probably one of the highlights back in the year.
Yeah.
Back in the day, for sure.
Okay.
I don't know, because I've been watching for so long. There's so many episodes, so many shows. They all kind of
run together,
mixed together. Yeah, so I don't know. It's hard to. But you guys have been entertaining for 4.5 years now, and because of you, I actually met. I don't know if you. Sorry, I don't know if you remember Reject PPC.
Yes.
Yeah. No, actually, I was with her for about 1.5 years. And because of you guys, I know you know about the minions and all that sort of stuff and how they form because of because of Lords of the Night.
With her, like as a couple?
And actually went to the States. Went to America and met it. Spent a week at her place.
Oh.
So that never would have happened without you guys. So thank you for that.
Glad to inadvertently be Cyrano there a little bit. Okay, I need your guys' help with something because apparently it's John Migda's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, John.
Well, no, we go a bit further than that here, Pete. Okay. So anyway, John Migda, apparently it's your birthday. So around here, we do this. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. What up, though? Happy birthday, dear John Migda. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, John. 41 years old. Gosh, you're only a year younger than I am. You're old and gray. The old gray.
I'm 42 as well.
Oh, well, 42 is the best age because that's the
you youngins.
Yeah, whatever.
Gen X in the house.
That's right. Gen X. Just by, I think, like a year or so. I think, wasn't it 1980 starts with the millennials? And
I think
just barely made it before the line, turning into a meathead.
What is 1934 then?
The what now?
What is 1934 then?
1934?
It was 70. I'm sorry, forget about it.
I'm missing something.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're born in 34, I figure it'd be like...
No, 74.
Oh, 74? I think 74 is still Gen X because Gen X ran from, I think, what was it, 70 through 80 or something? It's every 10 years or something. I think it's something like that. Yeah. So I think you're still Gen X, technically.
Sounds right.
I know that Gen X ran through up to, so if you're born in 80 and forward, you're millennial or whatever, and then anything prior to 80 is, or at least 10 years back or something, is Gen X. Ian says it's 65 to 80. Okay, so 1965 to 1980, you're technically Gen X. Okay. There you go. So now you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Anything else you'd like to say, Pete?
No, I'll move aside so someone else can jump in.
Oh, no.
It's good to finally speak to you, Scribbles.
Yeah,
I think we've been on a stream once before, ages ago, on like the Minions 1 year anniversary or something. But
yeah. Well, no, I don't have anybody else coming on, but I actually just have to start wrapping up because unfortunately I do have to work in the morning, which is a tried and true burden. But hey, Pete, thank you so much for sticking with me all this time. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to have you on another time if you'd like. I can try to find another Australian TEDxer, and you can critique their accent or something at some point.
Yeah, sure, man. That sounds good. It was my pleasure. You've been I feel like I know you so well. You and Monkey and Satsu. It's weird, but yeah, you guys are fucking awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well, hey, I hope things improve down in your neck of the woods soon, and take care and stay healthy. And I'll see you on whatever next stream I see you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, take care, man.
All right, see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Later.
All righty. Well, hey, Sean, you got anything else you'd like to say or anything?
Yeah. First about the your dog cat fox art, I'd suggest you go look up Richard Art. He is great. He did my avatar. He does really good clip art.
Oh yeah, no, I've got he did a version of me as a vampire that I still have in my folder. Yeah, so I've had stuff from Rich before. Yeah, Rich, Grazilla, and I'm first going to try. If I decide to do this, I'm going to go to Knight of Charlemagne first because I think he gets first dibs. But yeah, I'm gonna see, and I'll try to figure something out.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna start up my channel again after I get out of the rain. So everybody, please be looking at that. I go by the educated hillbilly.
All right.
Because I'm from Kentucky, and so I thank you for letting me on this long, and really, dude, congratulations.
Well, thank you,
and you and Monkey and Satsu, as like Peter was talking about, I'll when I'm talking about stuff to the people right here, I'll say my friends on the internet, and then remember that none of y'all know me.
No, well, as much as internet friends can know each other these days, hey,
exactly.
We're all friends, and given the amount of mutual support everybody gives each other on here, verbally or otherwise, it is just like our own little community and family. And hey, hope you can show up tomorrow night on the TEDx, and
I will.
I'll have you in my thoughts this whole week. And best of luck on the surgery, and certainly let us all know how you're doing once you wake up. Okay,
I will do.
All right.
God bless y'all.
Yeah, God bless you too, and thank you so much, Sean.
Bye.
All right. Well, real quick, thank you, Mike R. Congratulations on your milestone. Thank you, Mike R. Appreciate it so much. And Memes of Destruction, I apologize. For what? For what? You sound like one of those polished presenters I've had on, as far as just like, so you're fine. I was just taken aback with just how smoothly all that came out. It's just like, I need to stand back from this man. Give him his space. No, it's perfectly fine. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for the donation. And Adonis Bartolote, are you here? Show is ending. Thank you, YouTube, for notifying me. Yeah, sorry, Adonis. Timing's bad. But here's the thing. Ebony Williams might need someone to practice her Portuguese with. She's starting to learn Portuguese, so I don't know if she needs a tutor, but I sort of volunteered you in your absence. So, but anyway, everybody, So a couple of things. First and foremost, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Thank you all so much for your support over the years, all of you, new and old viewers, 5,000 and now over 5,000. I'm over 5,000. I don't know how else to express my gratitude for everything you guys have done, not just for me and the channel and everything else, but for each other. I mean, Sean Uli talked about it a little bit with the amount of donations that have come his way as a result of things. But, and, Peter talked about, the connections he's made. The ways that you guys help each other, especially through these unprecedented times, as they say, and elsewise, it always amazes me. The amount of love that you give to each other and to, Satsu when Aaliyah was being born. Just, I don't know how to express how grateful I am to all of you for the stuff that you do here and for each other and for others. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to my 5th anniversary stream where hopefully I'll have some extra stuff ready to go for then. Some special retrospective type things, hopefully by then. I have a special project I am working on, which I am not going to show off yet because I'm not quite sure of the quality of it, but a couple of people have seen it and are encouraging me to continue. So I will let you guys know how that goes as it proceeds. And also, again, tomorrow night, Monday night, special edition of TED Excellence at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, starring Drunken Uncle. Special night, special time to accommodate his schedule and everything. And then on the 20th, because Turnabout deserves fair play, I'll be co-hosting the AAA stream in absence of Sinatra, who's got something to do. So I'll be on the AAA stream as a co-host on the 20th. Go keep an eye out for that. I'll be tweeting that out as time comes. Everyone, again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of my audience and part of this channel all this time. Moderators, thank you for keeping an eye on things, even though everyone here is so well behaved. You have very, very little to do, which is always appreciated. Everyone who donated, either to myself, to any of the myriad of GoFundMes and fundraisers we've done over the years that have been so successful. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your generosity. Everyone, I hope you are all safe and well. If you are not well, please get well soon. And I hope to see you tomorrow night and in the nights to come. Take care. Bye-bye.